pretty interesting.
That's
pretty interesting
cool.
stuff.
Yeah. There's always a lot of historians that are about World War One, but you don't really get to see a lot of it. This was really cool because Weta Digital, of course, Lord of the Rings fame, everything like
Weta.
that. Yeah, they went back and they colorized everything, and they actually had a lot of interviews with these World War One veterans from way back in the day, remastered everything, and made it sound really good. And it is pretty cool. You know, I'm doing research on it. And
by the
World
way,
War One,
when they remastered all that, they had to go in and hand color every single specific item,
crazy.
down to the mustaches, down to the shoelaces,
Mustache?
and they did it all by hand.
Really?
Yeah. So that was all done by hand. Like Weta is amazing.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Absolutely unbelievable.
They've changed the game as soon as Lord of the Rings came out.
Yeah, because I mean that still holds up because they use those bigatures, which are pretty much miniatures that are on huge scales.
Wow.
But they look so detailed on a small level that you could get close, far, and it just felt so real. That CGI is not real CGI.
That's why it's going to hold up for a long time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I still think Lord of the Rings. The 60 frames or the 60 frames a second was a little bit too much. You know,
was The Hobbit.
Yeah, I know. That was a little too much in that. It was cool, and I get it. You know, that's the future, but we're not ready for it.
I don't think it's the future for cinematic always. Like action movies, it would probably be awesome, right? But like Lord of the Rings, that cinematic lure of the mysterious land, and
it needs to look more artistic instead of more perfect.
Artistic needs to keep at a lower frame rate.
Yeah.
And they might be able to boost it a little bit to keep that feeling at least, but like 60 frames, it makes it look like you're at a play rather than watching a movie.
Yeah, you're actually really there. It's so crazy to have that at that high of a frame rate.
You feel like you're watching a live soap opera.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, the parts that I always remember from The Hobbit is, you know, in the dark scenes, it looks really great. But in the light scenes, it just looks like everybody's glowing a little bit. You know, it looks kind of weird.
It is.
Yeah.
Even the Smaug stuff was pretty awesome looking.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in the gold and everything in that chamber was bitching.
Watching Benedict Cumberbatch do that, recording for that, because he actually had like a suit on and all that.
Yeah, he would crawl.
And his face, he would get into it. And so props to him. But man, it was a little creepy.
He took it all from Andy Serkis.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably where he did.
Yeah. Andy Serkis is like, I don't know if you guys agree with me on this, but I think that now that you got CGI capture actors, they should be up for awards. You know,
they should have their own
category.
Yeah,
he's fighting for that, isn't he?
Yeah, I think they have been since Planet of the Apes and stuff.
Yeah,
you know, because I mean, Planet of the Apes was a role that somebody took on.
Yeah,
you know, it was an awesome movie too. All of those new Apes movies.
I
loved all those.
He had to do all the acting. They did his facial expression, so even how he's acting,
that's him.
Portrayed on
that's
the thing.
him.
Yeah.
He's just in a different kind of a costume.
Exactly.
You know, it's
damn
like putting,
dirty ape.
Yeah, it's like putting football in the Olympics. Come on, give these rich guys a gold medal.
Yeah, no.
No, other
you would
than that,
never have anybody that was going to be good at football in there, because as soon as they hurt themselves, they're not worth $1 million anymore.
No.
You know, they have no chance of making that money.
Not like basketball.
Right. Basketball is less likely to get a major injury.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Though I will say that, as we've seen from some of our friends, that basketball could be very dangerous. Shout out to Kerry and Mike Bartlett.
Yes. They can hurt themselves pretty bad. Well, moving on, guys. Do we have anything for DVD and Blu-rays? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is coming out on digital.
So are they
to finally see that?
Yeah, it should be out on digital right now.
Right. Great movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it's a cool movie.
I'm actually... I haven't seen anything more on them re-releasing it in the theaters with the extra footage. They had mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I think we had mentioned it on a show, actually.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything with that. I'll probably go see it if they do so.
Well, do you like this whole concept of movies like bringing in back for extra features?
No, but I would do it for that one just because I enjoyed that movie.
Avengers did it for a cash grab.
We'll probably have to.
They did it to like hit a certain number.
The Avengers did it for a cash grab.
Oh, yeah.
They did it for the extra weekend.
Mark.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It was like, come on. To be the greatest or the biggest movie of all time, they had to do that.
Wasn't it like trying to get #1 above Avatar?
Yeah. Yeah, and they smoked it.
Yeah,
which smoked it like a skin wagon.
It's amazing. That's a testament to Avatar, though.
Yeah,
honestly.
Well, it was a testament to people going to watch Avatar. Yeah,
I mean, because this is like something of 10 years in the making, right?
Yeah.
So that was 10 years of build up and getting a fan base built up to get this movie to possibly get that peak. Avatar was just like, here's Avatar.
I think Avatar came out at the right time because it was pushing a technology we hadn't seen.
3D,
you know, all that. So it was just like the perfect timing for that kind of movie.
Yeah.
Even though, in my opinion, it doesn't really hold up very well.
No. Not at all. It's like the worst video game that you ever played. Yeah. It's like playing Mario Brothers again after you played something like Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like, this sucks. Way to go, Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney.
No, yeah. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I mean, it's a cool movie. I don't put it up in the upper echelon of all of his movies, of course. So maybe that would be a podcast that we should do.
Yeah.
Is maybe something about the first date.
Foreshadowing. I do believe it's on the list.
Oh yeah, there we go. The first date. You know what I mean? And we can go through it, and then I'll tell my theories about that.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, new TV, Lost in Space season 2. From what I've seen, Lost in Space, the first season was awesome, and that's on Netflix. That is a pretty fucking cool show so far.
I've yet to watch it.
That's out?
I think it's coming out this week.
Oh my God. We loved that first season.
Yeah, it was awesome, huh? The first episode is the only thing that I watched, and my wife watched the full thing in a day.
Oh, yeah. You have to watch the whole thing.
Because the movie sucked.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Oh, you mean with Joey Tribbiani in space? Yeah, I saw that in the theater. Fucking sad.
He was still way too popular with the Friends franchise to do a movie like that.
And then, some dude from
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing, alien? Let me take you out.
The show, the casting for the show, that, you know, like villain was amazing. Like, oh, wow.
Yeah, the original Lost in Space was pretty cool.
I enjoyed the original Lost in Space. That movie was garbage. This is on my list of 100 bazillion things I need to watch.
Yeah,
So I'll get to it. I hope.
I need to go to an island with a very good internet connection.
Right. I just need like 6 months off.
Yes.
Let me catch up on the world. There's things I haven't seen out there.
And then just get my comic book sent to me.
What's the
food?
What's the superpower where you can like freeze time? Is it time freeze? I don't know.
Sure.
Slow Mobius.
Slow Mobius. That's it. It is now.
Quit messing with time, Slow Mobius.
You know how cool it'd be to be able to do that, and like anything you touch or in a 5-foot radius of you is still in motion.
Right.
But you can freeze everything around you. That way you could just literally like
but you would
take
get
a little
old.
while to. What's that?
You would get old and everybody else wouldn't.
Yeah, that's true. So I think I would rather just have like the powers of the Flash and be able to read super fast and still comprehend, or watch. You know, I guess you could put something on like the 2 times, 3 times, whatever, and watch it, and it would still be normal for you.
Grab like a 240 frame per second monitor. You know?
Yeah, because you could slow down your whatever, you know, or speed up your perception, I guess.
Right.
Grab you a couple pizzas for your metabolism. You'd be okay.
Or just have a superpower that gains enough money where you don't have to do shit.
Yeah.
Or just have a lot of money.
Yeah, that's just
I think we're turning villain, guys.
Let's have a villain telethon, just like in Mr. Show. As far as like streaming goes, Netflix again just really hasn't. I mean, Lost in Space is going to be the only thing. But other than that, though, have you guys
watched Daybreak yet? Did you? I would recommend at least watching the first couple episodes.
Okay,
it's worth watching.
Okay,
weird. I think I mentioned it on another show, but yeah, absolutely. It's just fun, and it's like short, and the whole season's out on Netflix.
Nice.
Little apocalypse stuff for you guys.
The Irishman came out, and it's a 3-hour fucking movie.
Yeah,
so.
that's why I haven't watched it yet, because it's a 3-hour fucking movie. And I'm like, everybody I've talked to is like, they could have cut 45 minutes out of this fucking movie. And I'm like, God, which 45 minutes? Can you tell me?
Well, it's like Casino. It's like Casino.
Can I leave and come back? Is it like 45 minutes of full time?
Now,
you know what I mean? Because I
Casino's
can mark that shit.
Yeah. Casino's an epic movie, and you sit through it, and it's a 2.5 to 3 hour long movie too. I mean, it is a huge endeavor.
Absolutely.
You know, just like Goodfellas too. But that's what he does. He does those epics,
and they're great. Don't get me wrong. And I don't know how many times I've seen Goodfellas in my life, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
And you just got to make time. Nowadays, it's hard to make time, dude.
For 3 hours.
It's like, it's weird. It's like I got like this job and I've got like a podcast and I got like kids and
family.
And I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Lord of the Rings is probably one of the only franchises in history to be able to say, hey, we already have a 3-hour movie. We're going to extend it another 45
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, let's do it. But yeah, you're right. Like now thinking about watching the Lord of the Rings extended edition, we do it in parts.
You got to do part 1, part 2. Yeah,
you do.
And it's like over 3 days.
Yeah, and I know we talked about it before on being on Netflix, but like what Quentin Tarantino did with Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Okay. He extended it out and then cut it into like chapters.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I think before we do what we were talking about, I think I'm going to watch that one.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the other ones, a million times.
Sure.
So.
Well, I will say, what do you guys think about Netflix? Like, would you like it? Because I'm kind of appreciating the Mandalorian and all these other shows coming on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I think it'd be cool.
I think a good balance is what you need.
Right.
So you
certain shows should have like the full seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
At once.
So like I'll say this, like Daredevil season 3, which was one of my favorite stream things, right?
Right.
Come out like that. I loved being able to watch that in the chapters like I wanted to watch it in. Like not necessarily just watch one episode, but maybe I watched 2 or 3, which sounds like a lot because now we're back to 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
But then maybe I'd come back and just catch one, but it was at my whim. You know what I mean? But sometimes, just like a comic book, sometimes it's better when you get the graphic novel or the omnibus afterwards and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it's not cut into such smaller chapters that you don't maybe catch some of the connective tissue.
And that whole show is a little more deep lore because The Mandalorian definitely feels a little more like an actual show.
Yeah, it's a Western. Yeah,
like
100%. It's awesome.
Especially episodes where it feels like it's like a one-off mission.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, it seems like every episode so far is a mission.
Right.
Which is fine.
And I'm great with that.
Yeah. And this last one was really good.
For a weekly kind of thing like
I still haven't watched it yet. So
well, no spoilers by any means, but it's really good. Again, just more of what you expect, you know, or not necessarily more of what you expect, but more of.
It feels right.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
That's what I say. But yeah.
Well, Amazon, they put Almost Famous on there. I got a couple of mentions here. Amazon's got Almost Famous. Good movie if you really want to kill some time. Okay. It's always a decent one to watch. HBO's got Empire of the Sun. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Have you ever seen Empire of the Sun? That was Batman's first movie.
Batman's first movie.
Christian Bale.
Oh,
yeah. It's got John Malkovich in it. Ben Stiller.
Okay. Wow.
It's all about World War II. About this really well-to-do family that are basically in Japan or China, something like that. They're in one of the countries in World War II, and then whenever they get invaded, I guess it's China. So he gets sent away from his family and they live in this, prison camp. And it's just this little bitty kid and it's Christian Bale. It's really his first role. Is a really great movie. Steven Spielberg movie. Just really good all the way through. And it's just one of those that every once in a while it's nice to watch. And then Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I haven't seen that one in a while, so I might catch that one. Hulu's got Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. My wife thinks I got a crush on Uma Thurman because I watched that movie so much, but I really like those movies. Yeah. She's like, oh, don't lie. You got a crush on Uma Thurman. I'm like, no, I don't. I love these movies. I really do. And I think Bumblebee's going to be hitting on Hulu too.
Yeah, have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
Bumblebee, yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
You both liked it?
I think, that was the direction I would have gone with Transformers.
That should have been Transformers.
Yep.
Really?
Honestly, it should have. They should have
done really well.
If they would have started with that, the franchise would have been pretty kick ass.
Yep.
And is Michael Bay still doing it?
I don't know if he's. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
but the girl in it was really good.
No, it's a different. Wasn't it a female director?
I think so.
I think so.
Possibly. But it was just really good. You know. I mean, instead of the Witwickies, you know, which were in the TV series and in the movies, it was actually, you know, somebody totally disconnected from the whole scene.
Smart.
And it was all in the 80s, which was really cool.
Right.
You know, so Bumblebee was actually a Bumblebee.
Right.
Yeah. He was a Beetle Volkswagen. No, it was just really cool. It had all the right comedy in it, the right everything for it. So it was pretty cool.
Cool.
It was written by Christina Hudson. But it was directed by Travis Knight, actually.
Oh, nice.
So, sorry, I got lost in some weeds over here.
No, that's
researching
awesome.
earlier. As far as streaming, I've got some rumors So this comes from 4chan, but this has been
4chan.
No, I know, but this has been a pretty spot on tipster.
No, 4chan can have its moments for sure.
But so Marvel's Sword has been cast apparently, which will be a television show on Disney Plus.
Okay,
and we'll have Nick Fury as the main person in it.
Of course.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
And so Sword, if you remember at the end of spoiler alerts right here, if you have not seen the last Spider-Man movie, has anybody not seen the Spider-Man movie here?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Okay, we're all good.
Yeah, Far From Home, or you know,
turn it off.
I'm on a train.
We're about to spoil it.
Homeward Bound.
Yeah, Spider-Man Homeward Bound.